This is DJ's Wall Cut Troop, representing New Media Nation United. I got my boy Gibson on the line. Y'all know how he does, man. Gibson doesn't hold anything back. He's gonna speak his mind, but he watches film, and he watch more film than your so-called favorite content creator. I'm just being real. This this brother Gibson watch film, so he knows what he's talking about. We're gonna talk about the draft. Gibson, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome.
So the draft. What do you think about the draft? Do you think this draft is really great as what they say, or not as good as what people think?
I I'm like we talked about earlier. I'm in the middle road with it. I'm not like beginning of the year was all hype. I was even hyped too, but then I started watching them, and I just was like except for like out of the top three, I can get even Jalen Green, Cade, even like Evan Mobley. Those are the three guys. I'm like, okay, I see something, but like the rest, no. Like I don't see that. Okay, let me correct myself. I see talent, but I don't see the all-star caliber player they were hyping these people up to be.
I see what you're saying, man. There's a lot of players who, at first, I saw the film and was like, man, they're going to be really great. And then reality struck in when I watched more film, like Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes was so popular in high school. And once I got those high school highlight lenses off my eyes, I
Yeah.
was able to see actual college film. And I think Scottie Barnes will be a good player, and he'll do what he does best, defend. But I
Um.
don't, I don't see
Yeah.
star in him.
I'm gonna say this right now. He better hope he falls to the Raptors and they
Right.
make him play small ball center. Because the thing is, I don't believe in the shot. He has to hope that shot comes in. He doesn't really have that much great touch, but he is a good passer. The problem with being a good passer with no good shot, we heard this with a lot of people when they criticize Lonzo, is it limits your passing ability. His
It,
like his hmm?
it does.
And when your ball handling isn't that great, when everything slows down and defense just lock in on you, get the ball. I mean, here's the thing. His body type, all of that is what everyone likes. It's the same reason why everyone liked Wiseman, except he's obviously better than Wiseman right now. But I don't see what everyone sees. Like he's not good on the half court. He can't shoot. Like if the only way he's going to succeed in the first few years of his career is being a small ball five coming off the bench. I don't see him as a starter.
I agree. Um, when Scotty Barnes plays a small ball five, that's his best film. Go look at go look at Florida State. When they played a small ball lineup, that's when you see the most activity from Scotty Barnes. Literally,
Yeah.
from offense to defense, the switching is great. He's able to roam around the rim. He's able to do that when he's playing
Yeah.
a traditional small forward and sometimes a power forward. You
And
don't see.
so that's not shitting on him. I just don't think the hype fits what he's getting. And then you have Kaminga, where they're like, "Oh well, LaMelo was struggling, Edwards was struggling." It was like, no, 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 no. People like Kaminga and Keon Johnson that were saying struggling shooting, they're taking open shots, and it's not like step back threes or fancy shots. They're taking simple shots. And with Keon Johnson, it's worse because he's taking college three shots right next to the line, and he's missing them hilariously. And I'm supposed to say, oh, that's the same thing like LaMelo or Edwards, especially Edwards. Like a lot of the reason why Edwards was missing shots was because they were going after him. They double teamed him. They tried to make him uncomfortable, and that's why he was missing shots. It wasn't because he sucked at shooting, but
Yeah,
like people, hmm?
I agree with you.
And it's this draft is one of those. If he shoots, he's going to be really good drafts. There's too many of those guys. You have Josh Giddey. If he shoots, he's going to be really good. Keon Johnson. If he shoots, he's going to be really good. Kai Jones. If he can shoot, he's going to be really good. Scottie Barnes. If he could shoot, he's going to be really good. Like after a while, and like they had this percentage that went out. They found out that only 33% of the draftees improve shooting wise in the draft. 33%. And the thing is, the percentage is like they improve over 3%. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like an obvious, oh, he's just gonna get better and shoot. There has to be some sort of touch in that game. And again, Tennessee, like talking about Keon Johnson, and this is something I wanted to talk to you about, DJ. I honestly don't get the hype with Keon. I don't.
I don't get it either. Thank you.
Like they were shitting on last year's draft, OG. And I was like, for all of the exact purpose, like things that Keon Johnson is not good at. And they're like, well, Keon Johnson's a lottery player. I'm like, is he though? Like,
I don't know.
Why is he over Sharif Cooper? I mean, yes, I get Sharif Cooper 6 feet, but why? Why is he over Tyrus? I forgot this 3-and-D wing who's like 6'10", who the Lakers might draft. Why is he over Cameron Thomas from LSU? Why is he over any of these guys? He's a guy who is athletic, who can play defense, but he's 6'7". So as much as I like he's 6'5". As much as that's cool and all, that's usually a great thing for a center. That matters more for a center.
No, you're on fire. You're on fire, bro.
Like my thing is because what will make him different than a Cody Martin or a Martin twin? He can defend. He's athletic, but when teams know they could just especially Hornets Twitter, they want him so bad. I'm like, okay, he's gonna come off the bench because you already got your starting five. He's gonna come off the bench with a Martin twin. Who's shooting? Who's shooting? The teams are just gonna look at you guys and go, oh, you got a bunch of guards who are not. You have no big guys. All right, you can't shoot. We're just gonna lay off you.
Bro, that's exactly what's gonna happen, man. Like, if you were the Hornets, who would you draft? This is a popular topic. Who would you draft if you were the Hornets if the player is available, of course?
Moses Moody, and if I can't get him, I'm trading down. Okay. I'm trading down. Like Moses Moody, Franz Wagner. He is better than his brother, but I don't know by how much. I don't think he's worth it. But that could be me being. I didn't watch enough about him. I'm not sure about him. I didn't watch enough. I'm gonna have to watch more Wolverine tape. But I can't speak positive. I can't speak negatively or positive about him. I don't know. But they're saying he's good at shooting, and he's like 6'10". So okay, that's all I can go off of. So Moses Moody, I've watched. Moses Moody's game, he's very boring. He's not like a dribble guy.
Right.
He's a guy who can just hit some shots. He's not like a creative, getting the guy, separating guys with his threes, but he can shoot. He's mid-range is where off the dribble mid. Like he's creative with the mid-range. The thing I like though is he doesn't seem like a numbnut kind of basketball player. He seems like a guy who's just gonna be where he's at. LaMelo could pass it to him. Devontae Graham could pass it to him, and he's gonna hit a shot or hit a mid-range. He's just gonna keep it normal. His handles are sketchy as fuck. I'm going to be honest. They're not good. But he has the wingspan to be a really good defender, and he showed that this year.
Bro, when you said Devontae Graham, man, I was kind of triggered, brother, man. I hope he's not back.
Listen, I'll be honest. I've been shitting on Devontae Graham and all that, but like at the same time, they can't really afford to let him go because they have no point guard who can move the ball. Terry Rozier can't really move the ball. Malik Monk is not moving the ball.
Right.
It sucks.
I get what you're saying, but what if they find that in the draft? What if they get Josh Giddey in the draft and have him come off the bench? You see that work.
Here's the problem, DJ. He's also one of those guys who you got to bet on that shot.
Right.
And
Right. So,
like the thing is, if they can get like some guy on the I forgot what they call it, like 9 million exception, the medium exception, and then the minimum exception. So like some wing players, some vets who could shoot, so you don't have to play Caleb Martin or Cody Martin. Great, get Josh Giddey to be the bench guy, and then try to trade Terry Rozier and have Malik Monk be the scorer, because I think he can be, and look to get a center. But to be honest, to be real honest, nah, they have to avoid Josh Green.
Josh, you mean Josh Giddey?
Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh Giddey. Because the thing with him is he's big, but he doesn't have like a long wingspan. He could be a good defender in the NBA, but that's taking a chance on that. He doesn't have ball handling. Here's what I'll say. He could be a taller Lonzo Ball is my up for him, which is really good to me.
Oh, okay.
Like a guy who's a connector. Well, I hate saying that word. A guy who could play with the point guard, who can, who's tall, who can defend, who could basically shoot. A smart player, which is what I love. Smart players, just a guy who's reliable and not stupid and doesn't dribble the ball out to miss a layup. He's that kind of guy. There's other players in this draft that I'm gonna check up some names, but because I checked up Book Night, and I think did we talk about Book Night?
Briefly, or before on
Book Night is that guy. Book
Yes.
Night is the guy where if he fell to the Hornets, I would say take the chance. Book Night and Moody are the only guys. Take the chance.
Bro, we discussed before we was online about Boat Night. Yeah. That dude he got game, bro.
He's a bucket getter. He's a guy. He doesn't seem like he's going to be terrible on defense in his whole career. He makes good passes. He's not a great passer. This is one thing I do want, people who are draftees to stop doing. Everyone that's really good at passing, like call him, oh, he's a great passer. No, there's only a few of those guys. Because they did that with Devontae. Who's that Israel kid from last year? Danny Avila.
Yeah, they did that.
They were hyping up his passing. And I'm watching him play with the Wizards. I watched about 10 Wizards games. And I'm like, I don't see it. He seems like he has some kind of talent, but he just seems like a not dumb player. That's the thing. It's not great passing, but just a reliable, not a smart player who doesn't make dumb decisions. That's what you could say. Not great passing. Those two things are two different levels for me. But I do want to hit on a few other guys in this draft that I like. But if the Hornets can trade down, that's how they should get him. Usman Gruber, that guy, DJ. Did you watch the U.S. scrimmage against Spain?
Yeah, I did, man. I did.
He was
Gruber, I like his tools, bro.
The thing is, they had him guarding the best players. They had him guarding KD when they needed him to guard KD. They had him guarding Jeremy Grant, not the best player, but they had him guarding tall wings. And Jeremy Grant tried to dive in his body, and Gruber just took the contact. Gruber is a strong dude who I think is going to be one of the best defender in this draft. And I'm not bullshitting. He's the best defender in this draft.
And I want to let everyone know, bro, that when we're talking about guards and certain big man, we're banking on the Hornets to address the 5 position in free agency.
Yep.
At least because I know there's going to be people, bro, in the comment section saying, "Why are you talking about guards? They don't need a guard." And what's so funny? I got to bring this up. They would say they don't need a guard, but when it's a favorite guard that they want on free agency, then it's okay. I'm like, what do you want?
Yeah, man. to be honest, if there was a way to not sign Devontae Graham, I think you would look to get Davion Mitchell.
Right.
If he falls, but I think he's getting hyped up too crazy. I don't think he's a lottery player, but if
Yeah,
he falls,
I don't see lottery, but would I be surprised if Mitchell just becomes that guy? No, I just don't.
no.
I don't see he's a 4-year player, and I don't really trust 4-year players.
No, the thing is, he was giving Cade problems though. He's 6 foot. Cade is 6'8". He has a wingspan though, but he was giving Cade problems defensively. Now that might not be saying much because Cade's handles is questionable, but Cade is still like could be a generational talent, and he was giving him problems.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, consider if you're looking to sign and trade Devontae Graham, go ahead. But to be real, like I said, Moses Moody. If you're not trading down, Moses Moody, Franz Wagner, mostly because I don't have that much. I didn't watch that much of him, and that's it. And then James, no, 3 guys: Franz Wagner, Moody, and Booknight. Those are 3 guys. I'm like, okay, you don't need to trade down. I calmed down on hyping up Kai Jones because I like looked at his pictures and actually had to watch the games like after hyping him up, and I feel stupid. I feel real stupid right now.
Oh, you're seeing what I'm seeing. I watch Texas, man. Uh, there's something missing with his game, man.
Like,
The intangibles that you need from a player. I
like
just I see it.
he does like things that make you go, "Oh shit, that was great," but then he's getting laid up on. He's not really like that good of a defender. Like he's not blocking shots at his height. And to be real with you, Jericho Sims was a better center than him.
Right.
And I'm like, it's. I mean, he looks like a guy who has the potential to be an all-star and make me look stupid. But I'm like,
He's a project player, and if you're the Hornets, you don't want to get a project player.
yeah, exactly. Unless you could sign, but like because of cap space. Like if you
Right.
had cap space and you didn't give all $30 million to Gordon Hayward, taking a project player would be okay. That'd be
You got to
okay.
thank Michael Jordan for that, bro. You got to thank Michael Jordan to make that dumb decision. That wasn't Mitch Kupchak. I may say my things about Mitch Kupchak, but I gotta defend him on this one. That was not a Mitch Kupchak move. What I've heard, looking at articles and stuff, uh, Mitch Kupchak, he didn't want to sign off on that.
Yeah, here's what I say. It's not dumb right now, but it just feels like okay. What's worse? It's not the Gordon Hayward. You know what? I'm gonna correct myself. Stretching that motherfucker's contract, that guy you just let go. Got his name, French dude.
Um,
He plays
but
for the Clippers. He was with the Hornets
Batum,
for like, hmm?
Nicholas Batum.
Yeah, his name's forgettable to me. But but like you stretch his contract instead of just waiting it out. And I get like it just bothers me because now you have another 9 million that you have in the books for like 3 more years or with Gordon Hayward's 30 million. So it kind of keeps you stuck in a place where you have to compete because you have Gordon Hayward's 30 million. So there isn't, well, we could test the waters. No, you have to get guys to get you in the playoffs. And to be real, I like DJ, the top thing I think they should do is get 2 picks from OKC if they can. Maybe
Hey,
even
bro,
the Knicks.
that's interesting, man.
Because I'm gonna
Um,
tell you, I hate like more than centers, they need to never have Martin Twins play basketball on that team again.
but the Martin twins.
And as much as everyone likes Jaden McDaniels as a project, I don't want the guy dribbling the ball out of his hands and turning it over because he wants to do a fucking fancy pass.
Oh boy.
I don't think he's ready yet. Not saying
No,
he's trash.
That's right. That's right to say that, man.
But yeah, what do you want to like? What is the next segment on?
Yeah, this is a question that a lot of, you know, LaMelo Ball, he got a lot of fans, and we all root for him. We want him to do well. Where would he be drafted in this draft?
With the news from the Australian scare, not from his rookie year performance.
Like
All
if LaMelo was in this draft,
and they weren't going off his rookie year performance.
yeah, they weren't going off his rookie year performance.
To be honest, the slander he was getting, I think he'd be Jalen Suggs would go for him.
Okay, now rookie year performance, where would he go?
He would go second.
Okay, because
Like,
I did that on purpose to get a perspective, because you know how they just saw what he did as a rookie and they be like, oh, I get it. We know he would have been.
nah, that was on them because they were scared because they didn't want. Oh, they were just like people kept on saying he was the Lonzo Ball. He's just basically Lonzo. They were even draft comps calling him Lonzo Ball. So
Yeah, that was crazy.
it wasn't that like Lonzo Ball is bad because he would go number 2 in that draft too, but they were just like, I don't want the same repeat of that, and they were all like, oh, I don't want LeVar talking. So I think they overreacted.
Yeah, and I agree with your take on that. We know I would have LaMelo number 1, but I'm just going off of what perception and Cade, built. They will always go with the bigger, more. Uh, Cade is polished on the score end. That's something that no one should disagree when it comes to pure scoring.
He also looks like he's also stronger coming in.
Right. So they're always going to take the bigger, more like LaMelo. When it comes to assisting and passing,
he's way better than Cade.
Yeah, he's better than Cade at that.
Way.
I'm talking about just the other factors of it. And this is me saying I would take LaMelo number 1, but I'm going off what the scouts would do.
To be honest, I think Cade and LaMelo are in the same area, really. I'm not low on Cade. I think Cade could compete with LaMelo.
I think he will score 18. He may score, depending on the team, he may score 20. But I have Cade averaging 18 next year.
He's with Detroit. He's going to get his buckets.
And I'm being mildly, he could average more than that. So I'm surprised if he scores.
I like your guess. I think 18 is the most.
Yeah.
Because as much as he is a rookie and he's going to be the star of the team, you also have to realize the coach he has and how he deals with rookies. Like,
see, that's why. That's why. See, if he was with any other team, he would have had him averaging 20, but I just don't see it.
Like, he played like, I forgot his name. My memory sucks, but he was a coach of Toronto, but he used to like do that same shit to Sekou Doumbouya. Like, he played bum ass players before Sekou Doumbouya, and I'm like, why are you doing this? 313 used to talk about that shit all the time on the internet. Like, that shit annoyed the fuck out of him. And I see what his problem with it is. Like, these old veteran coaches who, Dwayne Casey. These guys who have a certain way of thinking, who want it a certain way. Like, shit, he was treating his rookies worse than how Borrego is treating LaMelo with minutes, not treating, I'm sorry, but just with minutes. That's all.
Yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from, bro.
And to be real, I don't know why the Rockets would take Jalen Green. I'm not saying Jalen Green could be an all-star, but like, you have two guys who basically are doing the same thing, though. Jalen Green and then KPJ. Who's gonna have the ball more?
Nobody talks about that, bro.
I'm I, I'm gonna be honest. It don't be done. Like you take Jalen Green, but like I don't like. I probably would have went with. I know they're gonna take Jalen Green over Mobley, but I truly think Mobley should go second. Because Chris,
Jalen Green is the popular pick. Two guard that's very flashy. And they had that comparison. I don't know if you saw it. They called him Kobe Light. So
oh no,
yeah.
I know. I think he's great, but like once you can't. No, you can't do Kobe. Like you can't call these guys LeBrons and Kobe's. That's
I agree.
man, that's crazy.
He's more. He got a little Eddie Jones in his game.
I'll be honest. I don't like. I'm 27. I'm not deep in the basketball world like that.
Yeah, Eddie Jones was playing with the Lakers with young Kobe, like his first 2 years. That's what it was. If you look at film on Eddie Jones, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, he definitely played."
I see. No, but who I think I'm kind of mad that didn't get the benefit of the doubt with the G League is Isaiah Todd. He is a deadly mid-range shooter. He gives you everything offensively. Yes, the defense is shit. Yes, he's gonna get bullied, but I don't think he's not gonna play center. He's gonna be a wing. Like I don't know why he's fallen. Like why the perception of him is so low.
Yeah,
Like I watched those games. He was better than Kuminga. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Like Kuminga is just he's also going off length and strength look. Like, but he wasn't. Kuminga was shooting like shit.
Yeah, Isaiah Todd, man, he's very underrated. I don't know if they're not trying to have too many G League Unite players get drafted. I don't know the politics of it. I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I just think it's odd. I mean, you've seen that team.
I think Rashad Phillips said this best, and sometimes Rashad Phillips said some bullshit, but he said it best here. When people see you in a certain position, they'll draft you because of that, the position you're put in. Like I don't think people are looking at Isaiah Todd as a 3-and-D wing who can develop to be a 3-and-D wing. I think they're looking at him like a center type because they had a lot of times playing against big men, and he was getting bullied. I guess it's also his wingspan. They're seeing that, but I truly believe that if he had played college, he would be seen as a top 20 pick.
Right.
And because BJ Boston they said, oh, BJ Boston's like I'm looking at BJ Boston. I'm like, nah, I don't see it.
No, I was on that. I didn't see it for BJ Boston.
You called it. Because people calling him LeBron, I guess because he sort of gives the look of a Brandon Ingram, so they're just going off that. But like Kentucky, here's the thing. I also want to say this: if college kids are listening to this or pro kids, I'm surprised you know more about basketball than I do. But please avoid Kentucky, please. Kentucky is a poison to your. Kentucky is poison in the well for like talented kids. It never helps your draft stock. That people say, well, it does make you better. No, it doesn't. Like, cut that bullshit. It takes away the talent you have. Booker?
Yeah, that's a damn lie. Kentucky makes you better.
It doesn't. I don't believe it. I think it hides your talent because, I'll be honest, De'Aaron Fox, De'Aaron Fox didn't play for Kentucky, right?
Yeah, he did.
He did, right? He would have went, like, I promise you this, if he went to any other school, he would have been drafted top 4, probably top 3. Cat, they had Cat playing more in the post. They didn't really use him to what he was good at, was shooting threes. They used him as a big, and people didn't see it. Like, even though he was still like top pick. It took away what he looked great at. And then you have, I just don't think the Kentucky's. I think it hurt Isaiah Jackson because I think Isaiah Jackson is the third best big in the draft. And okay, real big men, I think Isaiah Jackson is the second best big in the draft.
one thing we got to do is put in perspective uh, the Kentucky now and Kentucky then. Kentucky was sending a lot of players that played for the Kentucky's making so much money. Uh, Again, Coach Calipari is getting the best talent, so I don't want to act like it's coaching,
Yeah.
but he only won one national title with extreme amount of talent.
I swear I hate college coaches because like Leonard from like FSU, I get it because he gets a certain type of player to fit his system.
I said he's very underrated.
Yeah, but he gets a certain type of player that fits that system. He doesn't take a player who doesn't play that way and then mold them into something they're not and then lower the stock. He makes them play what they're strong at. He gets them. Like with I forgot what the Kentucky's coaches' names. I don't care about him like that. Calipari, whatever.
Yeah,
He Calipari. He always seems to just get players who have a big name, no matter what their skill set is, and then force them into positions. Like I saw, and not even, no bullshit. I saw Isaiah Jackson is a lob threat. He barely was used as a roll man in Kentucky. Now, maybe because the point guard they had for a college talent was asked for a college player, Devin Askey.
Askey.
Yeah, that's his name.
Hey, matter of fact, he transferred from Texas to
Yeah.
Texas.
And I'll be honest, he's going to be on the fucking bench in Texas because, to be real, he is not that guy. I was like, come on, pass the ball. He literally misses easy shots. I don't see what he brings to the table in any team he comes to. And they kept on playing him. And I'm like, the guy coming off the bench was better than him. Like, was a better scorer at least. Now, they didn't have any really good passes. Like BJ Boston was trying to get his own shots all the time. He wasn't looking for Isaiah Jackson, not once. And then they had, and another thing I hate about college basketball, DJ, they always have a big playing with another big. That shit's annoying to me.
Oh, it is annoying, bro.
Because it takes, yeah.
Man, it's just, I feel like Kentucky lost their thunder.
I'll be honest. If like I say, Isaiah Jackson, he would have probably went 13. I think he would have been an automatic lottery pick, top 10 if he went to any fucking school. Shit, if he went to the G League, he would have given him that. Now, I do believe his first year, he's gonna get bullied because he doesn't have the body. But I think he is a better version of what Jackson Hayes was. He played longer. He has the same body type as Jackson Hayes. He has the same lateral quickness. He can defend the perimeter. He's not goofy. Like he actually has better hands than Jackson Hayes has. And Jackson Hayes got picked what? What he got picked
8.
Yeah, 8 in his draft. Like I don't get and all these people are like, oh, we don't get Isaiah Jackson, and I'm like, why? Like that's the thing that kills me is Isaiah Jackson wasn't given the amount of spacing, wasn't given the amount of lobs, wasn't given the amount of passes. They started using him later in the year because I think they were like benching him in the beginning. And then they started using him more because they realized that when he was on the floor, their defense was at a whole nother level. Like they were a +10 with him on the floor. That's how good he was. And they were a shitty shooting team. That's how good he was defensively for them. Like he had the same impact for Kentucky, like Mitchell Robinson, even better that Mitchell Robinson had for the Knicks when he plays defense. I don't think he's going to be a rebounding threat like a Mitchell Robinson, which is why I'm not high on that many centers in this draft, like a Sangoon. I don't, Alfred, you've heard about Fared Sangoon, right, from Turkey?
Yes.
I'm going to be honest. He is going to be the best, like, offensively ready player for center. But my problem is when I look for centers, look at a center, I don't look for their offense most of the time. I look for, can they play defense? Can they be the anchor of your defense? And Sangoon, no. He is slow as fuck. he is. They were trying to say what's his what he could be, a Sabonis. I don't fucking like Sabonis, to be honest. If his best thing is gonna be a Sabonis and worst is gonna eat it, like I don't want that because then you see what they have to play with Sabonis. They have to have a Miles Turner with the Sabonis because he has to box out for Sabonis to get his rebounds, so the Sabonis can get his rebound numbers. Miles Turner needs to be like he has another big that he has to play with.
Right.
Same thing Alfred Sengun is gonna need. Another big he has to play with on the court, which is gonna slow the pace down, which is why I'm not high on him.
Bro, last segment, and this is Lonzo. Where do you think he will go, and what place is a good fit for him?
I think we taught the Bulls. He's gonna go to the Bulls. I hope not, but he's gonna go to the Bulls. I think the best fit for him would be Toronto. Now everyone's like wonder why Toronto he doesn't have to be the best or the second best defender on that team, which is great. Because that he just be an add-on to that team. He another smart player that they could add to the roster next to a Van Fleet, next to a OG who's a 3-and-D wing, that something that New Orleans does not have. They also have the top pick, which if they want, I think Lonzo can unlock something out of a Scottie Barnes if they get him, because Scottie Barnes could play small ball, come off the bench. I mean, it just would work with Siakam, not Siakam. Wow, you get what I'm saying. But just those guys, it just defensively that team would be real nice. And I like a team that has identity together. Like I don't think Chicago fits with Lonzo's sort of like play style. I don't. And I know people are like, oh, yeah, they already have a scorer. Like Lonzo could be like the guy to pass it to him. But my problem is who's coming off the fucking bench?
Yeah, they're one of the last place teams in bench points, meaning
Like,
the Bulls.
yeah, not only that, Lonzo goes to that team. He doesn't change the defense by that much because usually you need your center to be the defensive anchor. Vucevic isn't that guy.
Hey,
So
Gibson, I have to point this out. I've been making predictions about Lonzo going to the Bulls. I'm seeing your point of view. I just think that the Bulls wanted him more, and I definitely
yeah,
said it on other YouTube channels that the Bulls wanted him more. They keep saying the Hornets, but the Hornets are not showing any interest to Lonzo. If that's what, like, if Lonzo played with the Hornets and they made some moves, you wouldn't hear me complaining. I was like, okay, I guess he'll play for the Hornets.
I half of me would like that, half of me would hate that. But I think he would work well with the Hornets to a certain extent. Like he would be more off ball, but he would be the defender for that team next to the center. He would add more defense, and I don't think the shooting does not drop by that much.
Yeah, I heard some people say, "Oh, that means LaMelo will have to play off ball more, and that's just good for both brothers." That's not
Fuck out
gonna.
of here.
You see his handles?
That's like, DJ, fuck out of here.
He's
That's
getting
not.
the keys. He's getting the keys.
I'm
I
sorry,
don't know.
no.
Did they not watch his workouts?
Not that like they legitimately want him to be the point guard, and I think they'd want the guy who has one of the best handles in the NBA to be the point guard. I don't think they want the guy with the handles to not be the point guard. I don't get that at all. But fans, I guess. But no, it would work well. But
Bro, one of my good friends, I'm not gonna put his business out there. He low level position with the NBA, Temple work, Houston Rock. My boy, if you're listening, you know who I'm talking. You know I'm talking about you. I remember that conversation. I ain't gonna put your name out. Well, we was talking about LaMelo compared to the 2021 draft class. He said LaMelo has more of that unconscious ability. He has better handles. He's a better passer than Cade, better handles than Cade. He said he would take LaMelo number one in this draft, but that's just him.
mm-hmm.
But he understands why people would take Cade number one no matter what is because Cade has what you call the easy scoring ability. He just
Yeah,
makes it easy.
he's a force. Like he's hard to stop. Like I've
Yeah.
seen this guy like body a double team, like just get to where he needs to get to. So I could see that. But getting back
Yeah,
to Lonzo, yeah, I think Lonzo, the Bulls, I guess like you'd have to hope Patrick Williams gets better because I like Patrick Williams, but he'd have to
me
get
too.
real good because Zach LaVine isn't a good defender at all. Vucevic isn't a good defender. They have to make up, and for me, I just don't believe in teams with shitty defensive centers. I don't believe in teams. You've not seen in this playoffs anyone who's gotten to the second round with a shit can defender.
I
Okay,
believe in that.
Jokic actually got better defensively, and also he's like a MVP level player. But like you haven't seen any of these guys like Portland. They're not going anywhere with the shit level defenders they have. Centers, shit level defensive centers they have. Like you need a guy who can stop motherfuckers to get in the layup line. And I just don't believe the Bulls have that. And who's coming off the bench? I'm still saying that. Satoransky? Like real? Word? I actually think Satoransky's good, but like after that, like are they keeping Otto Porter?
Yeah, they got some moves to make. I'll leave it as this. Patrick Williams, I think when he figures it out on offense, which he has the potential to do, I think he's going to be very special. I have a good feeling. I'm usually right. When I'm wrong, I admit when I'm wrong, bro. You know me. But I really feel that one of these years, he's going to break out.
No,
And we're going to
man.
look back and say, man, he's one of the best players to come out of the 2020 draft class.
No, you're right. He already has like an offensive game. Like he's working on his mid range. He has a strong defense. I don't see him failing at all.
No, me either.
Yeah.
And remember, people are laughing that, oh, why would they take this kid? And he only averaged 9 points per game. Florida State had a bunch of seniors.
Yeah.
And Hamilton is one of the best X's and O's coaches and talent developers in the U.S., bar
Yep.
none. He
Yep.
creates prospects. He doesn't need a 5-star all the time. And if he does get a 5-star, they're still going to be useful in the league.
Yeah. That's why.
This is what he does.
That's why when we were talking about Scottie Barnes earlier, I was like, I see him being a small ball 5 because like Leonard doesn't just bring out useless players. I'm just not that high on him. That's all.
Yeah. Like Scottie Barnes will be productive. It won't be like a.
He's definitely not starting in the first year. I know that for sure. But
I agree.
All right.
But Gibson, I want to say thank you for joining the show, and we got to do this more.
Thanks, man.
And when free agency is over with, we definitely got to do a show. Oh my God, the reaction to free agency I can't wait, bro.
Oh man, it's gonna be hilarious. I don't think it's gonna be as crazy as people think it is, but it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have some lines on that. But peace out, bro, and I'm out.